Today I'm here with Melanie. She is a biofeedback specialist with EVOX Therapy. Melanie, we're so excited to have you as our feature provider for April. So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Melanie Kahleh, and my husband and I have 6 amazing kids, and we love freedom. And that's one of the reasons that we fell in love with this biofeedback tool called EVOX.
So tell me a little bit about EVOX.
So EVOX is a tool that God has blessed us with to help people work through emotional places where they've been stuck. And it could be something very traumatic where they've been emotionally stuck, or it could just be something as simple as I used to be able to dunk, but now I can't. So we have really been blessed by the Lord to help people get free in their emotional area, and we all need freedom.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So who would EVOX be beneficial for?
We have had all sorts of people come for EVOX. Many times it's those who have tried so many different forms of counseling and nutrition, and they just can't seem to work past something in their lives. And we have seen just tremendous success working through those trauma places and just helping them sort of reframe their thinking about a situation, because we really can't change the things that have happened to us, but by the grace of God, we can change how we look at a situation and how we walk through that, and hopefully when we've come through, we can take someone else by the hand and help them come through as well.
Absolutely. So is there an age limit on somebody that can do EVOX?
Part of the EVOX session requires that the client would speak into a microphone and then listen to some instrumental music while the biofeedback is doing what it does. And so as long as someone can talk, it's good.
Awesome. Very good. And what if English isn't your first language? Does that matter?
It doesn't matter, honestly. We choose a topic and encourage, or we help our clients choose a topic that would be the most beneficial for their lives, and then we help them, just encourage them to stay on that topic throughout the session, and that's when we see the most amazing breakthroughs.
Awesome. Very cool. So tell me about a normal session. What should someone expect if they come to see you?
It all works with biofeedback, and a way to explain that in a simple way would be frequency. And our cell phones work on a frequency. It doesn't really matter if we're standing next to each other or if we're standing in another nation. And if I dial a number, which would be your cell phone, and it rings, it would ring anywhere that you're standing in the world. And so what scientists have just amazingly figured out is that every emotion has a frequency. And we're able to help someone process through negative emotions, which would also be called a frequency, by introducing the balancing frequency of that negative emotion. And so as we introduce that balancing frequency to that negative emotion, it's sort of like coming alongside of somebody and saying, hey, you're gonna make it. You are more than a conqueror. You are unconditionally loved. And so when we are introducing just those very specific frequencies to unlock who that person really is already, they begin to wake up, per se, and realize, yes, I am unconditionally loved. And so a typical session works where we would have the client speak for about 10 seconds, and then they listen to instrumental music while the balancing frequency is being output through what we call, through our technology, basically. It's non-invasive. if you just simply put your hand on something like a computer mouse and have an earphone headset. And so after you speak for 10 seconds, we output music for 2 or 3 minutes while the frequencies are being output, and then you speak again, and then the frequencies are output. And this goes on for a series of, really up to 10 or 12 times. It could be quicker than that, just really depending on how the session is going and how deep the issues are. We're watching for deep issues. We're watching for patterns, on our screen. And what's so amazing is when someone realizes who they really are, and the truth is spoken to them, and it's resonating with them, we see it light up on our screen. And what's so cool is their language is changing at the same time that we're seeing it on the screen. It's just fabulous.
So what's the average time that someone should expect to spend with you for the first appointment?
The first appointment, we spend time sort of honing down and figuring out the topic that we're going to resonate on.
Do I have to know a topic before I come in?
You don't have to know a topic before you come in. It's helpful because it would, shorten our time before we start the session. So we spend time figuring out, because, it's one thing to say, I wish I ate more salad, but I like pizza. That's not going to be a really deep issue, but,
maybe.
Right. It may not be. But, what might be a deep issue is when I get emotional, I go and eat. So that would be a deeper issue of a pattern that we would want to change through helping them realize, okay, well, when I, maybe going to eat isn't the best, thing to do when I get emotional because of the consequences. So for the first session, I would go ahead and block off about 2 hours. We want to take our time with our clients, and we really want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel loved, and most of the time while the music is outputting, we are praying for you. We are here as ministers and here to love you through your season, and so we're wanting our clients to feel comfortable and to feel loved, and so that first session, we're kind of getting the hang of things, and so after that it can go faster. It could be as short as an hour, and I really haven't gone much over 2.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so if somebody felt like they needed treatment or they needed EVOX, is there a specific number of times that somebody should plan on coming in, or is it a one quick fix? Tell me a little bit about that.
That is a very interesting question. It really depends on the issues. It depends on the person. There have been times when I thought it would take, a good year for someone coming, once a week, and it would take maybe 3 or 4 sessions, and they found themselves in such a stable place. I mean, we really are just wanting people to feel like they can get their footing.
Absolutely.
And they can get some traction in their life emotionally and begin to look at people with freedom, in their eyes towards others and even towards themselves.
When I think about traditional counseling and traditional therapy, I think a lot of times it's really beneficial for people with anxiety or depression and things like that. But from my understanding, EVOX can help a lot of people. So tell me a little bit about things that you see or people that you see and people that you guys can help with EVOX.
Yeah, thank you for asking. We have been so blessed to help some of the most traumatized clients, and we've been able to use our software and this biofeedback to help those who have survived human trafficking. Those that are sitting there with us with a black eye, and they're 9 months pregnant, and they're wanting to go back to their pimp. And so with just a few sessions, we've been able, by the grace of God, to remove those patterns of wanting to go back to the pain that they lived in before, that they don't know how to get free from. And so we've worked with, those who have been severely depressed. We've worked with those who have been suicidal.
So we know a lot of health concerns are rooted in emotional issues, and we know that a lot of what we see in our clients are from an emotional root or an emotional core. So can you tell me a little bit about kind of the emotional aspect and how you guys help to maybe clear some of those?
So we have been able to work with those who have been driven by eating disorders. We have been able to successfully work with people who have been depressed, who can't go outside because of anxiety. We have been able to just really use this tool to help the deepest, darkest situations, all the way to something very simple of just just working through a spouse that's passed away. Even though that's not simple, it is traumatic. They've gone on with their lives, but in some ways, but they're still emotionally stained. And so it's been wonderful helping them rebuild their lives and find freedom even through the traumas that they've been through.
I know a lot of people know about traditional counseling. How is EVOX a little bit different than traditional counseling?
Well, first of all, we're so thankful for all the counselors out there. We know that you guys are working hard and helping a lot of people. And many of our clients will see a counselor one week, and then they'll come and see us on the week after, and they go back and forth because they need to still process through some of the things that where EVOX has taken them. And so what we have seen is that EVOX has a way of pushing people to a decision, and where someone might not feel that there is a possibility there, that a situation is totally impossible, whether it's forgiving someone who has done the unthinkable. EVOX helps that person get to the place where it is possible. It is possible to break the chains of unforgiveness. It's possible. And freedom is possible. It doesn't matter how deep and how traumatic that place was for you. EVOX can help you. It's just another wonderful tool that God has given us, and it digs deeper than anything that I have seen out there. And we've had people in ministry that have come to us that have hit rock bottom, and they don't know what to do, and it was a safe place for them to come and process through their pain and their disappointment and their frustration and their hurt. And some of those have come back even a year later and said, I had no idea how thorough EVOX would free me. And so, of course, we don't give any glory to EVOX. We give all the glory to God. And again, this is just a tool that God is using. And we believe that when God releases these powerful tools, it's because He loves freeing people, and He will reach down in any way He can to reach those of us that have such pain and trauma that nothing has touched it. And so if you're one of those people that have had such trauma and even counseling hasn't helped you, we're here for you.
Awesome. So if somebody did want to get in touch with you guys, what's a good way to get in touch with y'all?
Our website is ineedpeace.com. And so hopefully it's easy to remember, but really we all need peace.
So tell me a little bit about location. Are you in a specific area of Houston, or how can people see you?
Yes, we have a concierge service where we come to the privacy of your home if you like. There is a small fee for that, but we really love being able to come to our clients if that's what they like. We also see clients in our home, and then we've been very honored to work with Dr. Wells' office and all of their staff, and they've just been lovely. And so if you would like to make an appointment with us, we would be honored to work with you, and whether that's here at Whole Health Houston or in your own home.
Very cool. And I know that we've had you guys come up to our office, and all of us here at the office have had the opportunity to experience an EVOX. And each of us have loved the experience, and it was just a really neat process to go through, and I know all of us got a lot of benefit out of it. So if you guys would like more information about EVOX, these wonderful Melanie and her partner Amy, they're both fantastic, fabulous, wonderful, God-loving people. So feel free, go to their website, www.ineedpeace.com, and they've got a lot more information about EVOX. So what we've covered today in this video is such a small part of what EVOX can do. So definitely check out their website. We've seen so many people get benefit. We as a staff have gotten so much benefit from it. So we just are thankful for you guys and love you guys. So thank you.
Thank you.